Let us see the next topic, that is passing information between pages. So we have two methods, that is get method and the post method. Both of these methods are going to help us to transfer our information from one page to another page in PHP. Now let us understand this with the help of an example. Now here I have a page, an HTML page, which is saved by the name example post get.php. Now here you can see I have created a form and the form action is registration.php. Now what is this action? Registration.php means it is going to navigate to the page registration.php. Now we'll see what is there in the registration.php in the later part. The method that we have used here is get. When we make use of the get method, whatever data or whatever parameters are passed will be displayed in the query string. That is, they are going to be displayed in the URL. We have seen this in HTML. So the same thing also works for PHP here. Now I have created here two text boxes. One is to accept the name from the user and one is to accept the email from the user. I have created a button of type submit. So the moment the user clicks on the submit button, the data that is put in these input boxes is navigated to the page registration.php. Let us see the code in registration.php. Now my registration.php is having the HTML code. Within the body of the HTML code, I have PHP script. This is the opening PHP script and this is the ending PHP script. Now here echo, the echo keyword basically works like the printf statement. It is going to print the output on the screen. So you have two options, one is echo and another is print. So we will make use of echo here. Now here you can see I have a variable $_get. So this indicates that I have used the get method in my form. Now here this particular variable is fetching the name parameter from the form and it is going to display on the screen with the help of this echo. So here if we have used the get method, we have to use the get method here. That is how it works. So whenever the data is typed or whenever the data is input in the form, the same data is fetched by this particular $_get, and in the bracket we have to specify what parameter this get method is supposed to fetch. This has to be specified in double quotes. Now the name that I have given here is name for the name input box, and I have given email as the name for the email input box. So the same thing has to be specified here. So I'm saying $_get name and $_get of email. So the name value will be fetched and will be echoed, will be printed on the screen, and the email value will be accepted and will be echoed on the screen. Now let us see the execution of this. For this, we will have to start our WAMP server. Just double click on this, say yes. Now here you can see the light has changed from orange to green and we have a message server online. So left click on this and click localhost. So this is the WAMP server page. Now here you can see in the under the tab your projects, I have a folder called as examples. So now whenever you create PHP files or these HTML files and we want to execute it with the help of WAMP server, we have to save these files in the WAMP folder. Now if you recall, we have installed the WAMP server in the C drive. So it creates a folder by name WAMP. You don't have to manually create this. This is already created by the WAMP server at the time of installation. You double click this. Inside this you'll find different folders and files. Now our main concentration has to be on this www. So in this www, you have to save your particular files. Now do not save them as a separate file. These three files are created by the WAMP server. So whenever you create a file, you are supposed to create a directory first. So I have created a directory with the name examples. Inside that I have created three files. So now we will understand these we have understood the code of these two files. Let us see the execution. If you do not create a directory and store it as a separate file inside your www folder, it will not be displayed here under the projects list. So make sure that you create a directory and inside that you save the files. So when I click on this, I can see I have three files here. So let me click on example underscore post. Now we have made use of the get method. So I have entered the name and email and then I click on submit. So you can see here in the URL, since we have made use of the get method, the parameters and the data is being displayed in the URL after this query string, after the question mark. So this question mark is there so that we can differentiate between the page and between the parameters that are passed. Now, how is this getting displayed? This is getting displayed because of our PHP script that we have typed here. Because of this echo statement, the value that was entered is being fetched by this $get and is being displayed on the browser. Now suppose here the name that is given is name. I will just change this to F name, indicating first name. I'll save this, but here in the registration.php I will not change. Let us see what error we get. So I'll just refresh this. So here the name value is not getting fetched, but the email value is getting fetched and is getting displayed. So here it is saying undefined index name in cwamp www examples registration.php on line 4. So it is showing us the error on line 4, that is here. So what is the error? The name that was given here in the form is different and the name that is used here is different. So it is not able to fetch the property. So here if we change this to F name and now we try to execute, the value is being fetched. Now let us see the post method. In the same example, I will just change this method to post and we have to change it here also. Now let me not change the second $_get. Let us see what error we will get. We will refresh this. So we are getting the error, but the name property is getting displayed and the email property is not getting displayed. So it is displaying the line here on line 5. So if one method is, that is in a form you have the method specified as post, but here you take it as get. So even that will not fetch the property value. Now we have changed. Let us refresh it. So now name and email both are getting displayed, but if you observe the URL, there is no visibility of the parameters. So post method helps us with proper security when data is being passed between different pages or from client to the server. Also, the capacity of the post parameter is more than that of get parameters. It can pass more number of characters. One more point, this has always to be specified in this particular syntax, dollar underscore and post or get in capitals. Now let us see the next part, that is about strings. We know strings is nothing but a group of characters or a sequence of characters. We have a few functions here. String length, which returns the length of the string. String word count, which counts the words in a string. String reverse, which reverses a string. String position, search for a text within a string. String replace, replaces the text within a string.
Let's have a look at the example for the string length functions in PHP. So this file is saved with the extension .php, and remember that we need to save this file in the WAMP server, that is within the www folder. Next thing is, we can observe here, since it is a PHP script, we have not embedded the PHP script in our HTML. There is no HTML, that is no body tag or no head tag, directly just the PHP script. So either you can embed the PHP script within the HTML code or directly write just the PHP part here. So we begin with this opening PHP tag and then the ending PHP tag, and within these, that is within these script tags or within the PHP tags is our code for the string length functions, for string reverse function, string position, etc. Now, the first statement here, that is at line number 2, echo. So, echo is the function which will help us to print the output on the screen, just like the printf statement. So, echo will work similar in PHP. So, whenever you want to display certain text or any you want to display any output, we can make use of the echo statement. Then, first time I am just displaying a simple text, that is the length is, and remember that we have to end in PHP, we have to end the statements with semicolon. Next, again I have taken one echo statement and then I have the string length function. So I am trying to echo the length of this particular string that I have passed within the string length function, that is the two words that I have passed is hello world. So the length of these words should be calculated, and that is going to be done with the help of our string length function that takes the parameter. Then, since we like I want to display the output for these several functions on different lines, what I have done is I have made use of a comma here, comma. After that, this is my HTML code, that is the BR tag. We know that BR is an HTML tag which will help us to take the text on the next line. That is, it works like a slash n. So here, since I want to make use of HTML in PHP, I have made use of double quotes, and within the double quotes, we are writing the BR tag. Again, we need to end this with a semicolon. Next, another echo statement which now prints the word count is, the next function that we have is string word count. But you can see here how this function is written. We have str underscore word underscore count. So there is no space, there is an underscore. So this is a built-in function. So we have to write it in this format itself. Then this function will also take the parameter, that is a string, and it is going to calculate how many words are there. So how the word, that is the word count, how will it be done? With the space. Whenever it encounters a space, it means that a new word, that is the counter for the word, is incremented. So you can see here, the output for this is going to be 2. There are two words separated by a space. Again the same thing here, after the function, comma, followed by the BR tag to display the output on the next line. Let's first see the output for these two statements, and then we shall proceed with the rest of these things. So now you should remember that since we are saving it in WAMP server, we first need to start the WAMP server. We need to run this program to our WAMP server. So now in my C drive I have installed the WAMP server, and there in the WAMP folder inside the subdirectory www, I have created another folder that is examples. So within this, I'm having these three files. So current example that I'm executing is string_length.php. So once I click on this, we are able to see the output. So you can see here, we get the length is 12 and the word count is 2. So we have executed the code that is present at line number 2, which is just displaying the length is. Then with I want the next one, that is echo string length and the word count, that is 2. Next, now let's go for the next one, that is the reversed string. So again, the function for this is strrev, but there is no space or no underscore. So you have strrev, which reverses the given string. So you can see here, this particular string is going to be reversed. So the reverse of this is going to be, first you'll have this exclamation followed by this word, and after that the word hello. Likewise, here you get the required output. After this, I need the text on the next line. So then again a BR tag, similarly ended with a semicolon like we have done previously. Then we have next one to find the position. Let me just expand this. So next we have the position in the string. So the function for this is string position, strpos. So that this will return the position of the particular string that you have passed. So this function takes two parameters, like you can see here. The first one, the string hello world, then comma, followed by another string that is world. So what I want to find out is at what index is this w starting, or at what index this world is placed. So it is going to return the first index of this particular string, the first index where w is there. So the output for this will be 6. It begins from this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have space, that is 5, and then the letter W. So your string world is starting at the position 6 here. So you can see here the position in the string is 6. Then if you do not want to append the or you don't embed the BR tag within this PHP only, what you can do is take another echo, and inside that you can display your BR tag. So this is another way just to show you how we can make use of the BR tag. Next, the last one we have is string replace. So observe how the function is written this time. Again, there is an underscore, str_replace. So the string here, I have passed 3 parameters here. One is world, comma, then dolly, and then comma, and again a string. So now here what I want is this first parameter. The first parameter is that particular string which should be replaced. Now, by what it should be replaced, that is going to be our second parameter. So in my string hello world, I want the string world to be replaced by the string dolly. So the first parameter is the string which should be replaced. The second parameter is the string with what we are going to update, that is the updated value of the string is the second parameter, and then the third parameter is your actual string. So you can have a look here at the output. The word string hello world has been, now the word world has been replaced by dolly. So these are the examples for string functions in PHP.